Hello everyone, how are you doing? Happy weather? Yay, finally we get to wear sweater again. I got an invitation from a local garden club for me to go there and do a flower arrangement demonstration. A lot of garden club members, they don't have a mini flower farm in their backyard like me, and they're not gonna have this long stem full double bloom of flowers that I have. And I know that a lot of you guys don't have mini flower farm too. So here what you can do, you can get long stem cut flowers from grocery store or from local flower farm. Then you get that flowers, bring to your home, and then you go to your backyard, cut some flowers and foliage from your garden, and then mix them together, and they're gonna look beautiful. And I am going to show you how. Hydrangea is one of the common landscape flowers that I think a lot of gardeners have in their backyard. And they look beautiful and fresh in summertime, and that's when a lot of florists use them for flower arrangement. But this time of the year, they look pretty dry and they don't look fresh at all, but you can still use them as the foundation, as the structure of flower arrangement. And you don't want to cut the front of the bush because you want it to show in your garden. So you can come in the back and cut the flowers from the back that nobody's gonna see that you cut them. You can see I cut a lot of stem from this spot already. Sedum autumn joy is another reliable landscape plant and flowers. They don't need a lot of water, they don't need a lot of maintenance, and they bloom every year. And you can also cut them as the structural flowers for your arrangement. If you only cut a few stems of them, nobody can tell that is missing from your garden. And there are so many kinds of hydrangeas that in fall time they will turn the color to red or orange or burgundy, and you can cut them for your flower arrangement as green. And I know that a lot of gardeners like to grow herbs and vegetables, and here's the herbs that is my most favorite for flower arrangement: basil. In autumn, the basil stems tend to be stronger than summer, also the flowers too, and this is just perfect for flower arrangement. Unlike majority of other cut flowers, basil tend to do better in flower arrangement when you let the flowers mature, when you let the flower stem here stronger. When you cut them when they are about to open, they are going to wilt in the flower arrangement. And this is the perfect stage. You see the stem, kaduk and strong. And never underestimate ornamental grasses. Even weed in your garden, even seed pod, even dead stuff that look like, dead things in your garden. Those can be used as an accent for your flower arrangement. Just like these weeds that grow in my garden because the bird dropping the seed that Jason fed them. I'm gonna try to use tomatoes in this flower arrangement too. And lastly, never underestimate native plants and flowers like this butterfly weed. When you grow them in your garden, you not only enjoy them in the garden, but you also support wildlife and our ecosystem by providing them habitat for them to grow, and you can cut some of them for your flower arrangement as well. But be careful about the sap. This can hurt your skin or other flowers in the same arrangement, so you wanna put this on a separate vase overnight before you use them. You want to take the leaves off from the flowers because you don't want these leaves to be in the water in the vase because it will make the water rotten and it will kill the flowers. I am going to use this pumpkin vase for this flower arrangement, and I am going to use the chicken wire instead of floral foam for holding the flowers in the vase because this is more environmental friendly, and also because my flowers, garden flowers, the stems are very skinny. It's gonna be very hard to pierce this stem into the floral foam. So you wanna cut the chicken wire into rectangular like this and make a little pillow, and you're gonna twist the end of the wire together. Just be careful because this is very sharp. You can also use floral wire, which is more florist friendly. It's gonna be softer, it's not too sharp like this regular chicken wire. Now try to push it in the vessel. Actually, this is too big, so I'm gonna cut it out a little more. You also don't want it to be too tight because it's gonna be very difficult for a flower stem to go in. And you want the chicken wire to come out from the vase a little bit, to be a little dome like this. Now secure this with floral tape. You can get from craft store or Amazon.
Crane uses his instincts in gardening. He observes plants and flowers to learn their habits, likes, and dislikes, making gardening more of his journey than his job. He aspires to bring happiness to people through creativity and beauty. He encourages people to love and support each other, their communities, and the ecosystem through gardening. That's why he's here today.
I'm going to use this sedum autumn joy. Okay. Sedum autumn joy that I think anybody have this in your backyard. You can cut this. This is such a wonderful cut flowers and so underrated. Panicle hydrangea or lamplight hydrangeas to block this tape. The style that I am doing today is gonna be like more natural looking. So I'm gonna try not to make it too symmetrical. Anyone know what this is?
Is it laurel?
No.
Elderberry?
No, it's a tree. Start with C or A, B.
Cranberry?
Almost crab apple. It's a tree. Just cut it off. You don't need all of that. Or maybe cut it right here. Now it's look pretty, right? And it's give the accent to this flower arrangement. I am going to start add the pretty flowers like the dahlia.
Your dahlias, do you pull up the tubers in the fall or do you leave them in the ground?
I mean, I have my favorite dahlia, so I pull up my favorite one.
Okay.
For the variety that's not my favorite, I just leave them in the ground. Some of them come back, some of them don't come back.
Length of time from seed to seedling to actual flowering plant?
Usually like you have to start them early because they take long time to develop,
Right.
especially when you grow them from seed. So this is the dahlia that I grow from seed. They will tend to have open center. Yeah, so you start them in like early March.
Okay.
You want, so by May or June, you want the plant to be this big. Otherwise, they're gonna bloom very late. This one has like, empty spot here, right? So I'm gonna put it in here, something tall. Okay. You know what this is?
Basil.
Purple basil.
Oh, purple baby.
Yes. So I'm gonna try to add it in. Who know what this is? No.
Oh, correct.
Cosmos. Sulfur cosmos. Yeah. They're not gonna last in the arrangement. You see that drop the petals already. But you see the seed pod here, they can serve as an accent for this arrangement. And when you cut them, you try to find the flower that's about to open, not open yet.
Right.
Okay, so they're gonna open in the arrangement. So this flower arrangement can be a little messy, but it's okay because it's fall. It's like a celebration of the messiness in our garden. So I wanna mimic that look in the garden too. And this is the milkweed that I discussed in the video. Now, all the sap has gone because I separated them last night. If I put it right like this, it's gonna be too tall in the middle. So I switch it. Jewel of opal is good accent for this arrangement. And when you create flower arrangement, it doesn't have to be all flowers. It can be, combination of so many kind of ingredients. You can see this side still empty, right? So I'm gonna add some focal flowers. And that's why I don't use all the dahlias in one time. I just wait, and then add them in later when I add the last step. For stem like this, you're right, it's difficult to, it looks too much, a little too wide. So here what you can do, cut it. You know what, I don't like this. I take it out. It's too tall, too wide, so. Anybody know what this is?
Yeah, it's the page vine.
Hyacinth bean. Gonna make it weep a little bit, like this. In the middle, I want a pair of flowers that talk to each other. Just a little gimmick, like this. Okay. Ta-da! Thank you. One, two, three.
Thank you.
I shared with the garden club that we moved to this house 5 years ago. I knew nothing about gardening. I could not even identify what is weed, what is flower. But we were lucky because the previous owner of this house, she was very passionate about gardening and flowers. She was the president of our garden club. She grew a lot of stuff in our garden, especially the perennials, the shrubs, the trees. After we moved in, every day, every week, when I walked out from the house to the garden, I always see something coming up from nowhere. I didn't know that there is some flowers underneath the ground and they just pop up in spring and they just bloom. I, didn't know that these shrubs are going to bloom. But we knew that we wanted to take care of these flowers for some reason. We just want to see them bloom again. So we study, we did research, and we take care of them. And we then started love gardening, adding more plants to the garden, dig out lawn and make more flower bed. And every day and every week we just kept learning and learning because we loved it. It's just so amazing that we got to this point. I feel like I am following the previous owner of this house who, who passionate about plants and flowers and also passionate about people. A garden club always reach out to me to present for flower design or maybe for gardening. Although I had no education about gardening and flower design at all, I feel so honored, and I just also feel that the previous owner of this house, she's with me and she is coaching me from heaven to do all this, not just planting, not just watering, but also sharing information with people and also creating sense of community and connect people together. That's all I want to say. If you love gardening and have not connect with anyone in your area or in your community, maybe you should try join a garden club, or maybe join an event, or maybe talk to your neighbor. You will learn that gardening will be so much more meaningful. And anyway, thank you for connecting with me here on YouTube channel. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.